Okay guys, welcome back to another raw, unfiltered presentation on how to be him without anyone noticing, like Cid Kagenou. And by the way guys, I'm also going to be making highly edited videos, but I just want a faster way to give you guys this knowledge, as I want you guys to just be more knowledgeable. So if you just watch this for 5 minutes, you'll definitely receive what you clicked on this video for, so don't be like a dopamine addict. So let's begin. 1. The Art of Invisibility. To truly blend in like Cid Kagenou, start by observing people around you. Notice how they interact, their body language, and their tone. Then adapt these elements into your behavior. Practice mirroring these traits in different social settings, but always keep your unique traits under wraps. The goal is to be seen as unremarkable, yet always present. This skill requires constant practice, so make it part of your daily routine. So basically just act like an NPC. The easiest way to be an NPC is to follow the herd and do what everyone else is doing. This is if you want to be invisible, like Cid Kagenou. I know that not everyone wants to be invisible. For those who want to be and be like the shadow, this is how you do it. Following the theme of the shadow, Chapter 2 is also about talking without revealing anything. So let's begin. Mastering the art of conversation without giving away your true intention or information is a skill that Cid Kagenou exemplifies. To develop this, start by practicing the art of deflection. Answer questions with questions, or respond with vague, non-committal remarks. Focus on being a good listener rather than a speaker, as this gives you more control over the conversation. Learn the art of ambiguity. Make statements that are open to interpretation, and always have a mental checklist for safe topics you can divert to. This skill requires practice and patience, and a keen awareness of the conversation's flow and the other person's reaction. Remember, the goal is to engage, not to reveal. I'm not saying that you have to do this. If you have people you trust, then tell them. But if this path of the shadows what you chose, then this is what you should do. Chapter 3. Thinking Ahead. You need to know how to think ahead, because Cid Kagenou has to do this every episode so he doesn't get caught for being extremely powerful or just getting caught for anything in general. So, developing this type of mindset involves enhancing your problem solving skills and planning skills. So how do you actually do this? Like, why would I just say that, like, basic information that everyone knows? Well, there is many ways you can do it, like an 8-week cognitive boost program that I made that's free in the description. Then there's also games that you can play, like speed chess, like just play chess on bullet mode, Loom City, Impulse, Duel and Back, all these games. Then you can also read books such as The Art of War by Sun Tzu, Mastery by Robert Greene, 33 War Strategies by Robert Greene. These books will make you like a strategic thinker, like just how I'm explaining right now. A lot of you just don't read these books, so you're never going to become what you want to become. So if you actually do, just do what I just said. Study the tactics of Greek strategists, and both historical and fictional. Like, you can study Cid Kagenou, but also you can watch like TV shows on like Napoleon's and his marshals that will literally show you their strategies that they use in war. Apply these strategies in daily scenarios, thinking 2 steps ahead in conversations or planning your day. I say planning your day, because if you every night before you sleep you plan your day, you're just gonna be a fucking beast. Reflect on the outcomes to refine your strategy skills continually. So always see what consequences lead to what results, and then be like, do I want that result? Then don't do the consequence. Like, for example, my YouTube videos, I had to see like, oh, this thumbnail performed well, okay, then I'm gonna use this thumbnail again. So stuff like that. Remember to read and actually take action. So, Chapter 4 is Mastering Disguises. We know Cid Kagenou does this a lot, as he's doing it here and here. So this chapter isn't about physical disguises, as you don't really need it, but also adopting different personas. So start by identifying various social groups or environments you interact with, and create distinct personas for each, altering your speech, body language, and interests to match. Like, you do not need to do this, as you may like just seem as like a fucking psycho weirdo. But if you want to do this, you can. So practice these personas in low stakes environments first, and gradually implant them into more critical scenarios. The key is to be convincing yet mysterious. So you don't need to do this, but another thing you could also do is just like work at your local drama theater and just become like an actor. And becoming an actor will be able to just replicate the same skill. But if you want to become like Cid Kagenou and master the shadow, this is what you would have to do. So chapter 5 is psychological manipulation. By learning basic psychology, understand what drives people, their fears and desires, practice active listening to gather insights into people's motivation, and then use this information to predict and subtly influence their actions and decisions. Remember, the goal is to guide, not to control, unless you want to. But then I have to put a disclaimer on this video. But this skill requires a balance of empathy and detachment. So I'm not just here to just say random shit like learn this, learn that. Like you guys already know, I already teach you guys how to do this. So how do you achieve this goal? Only one thing. You gotta become hyper aware of all these actions and gaining information about human psychology and human nature. So human psychology, human nature, there's like direct books that you can read on them. I'm not gonna say read 48 Laws of Power or Human Nature by Robert Greene, although those are really good books, and I think if you're a beginner you should read them. If you're a high expert, like go on Yandex, like the Russian Google browser, and read like those unethical books if you want to like truly learn it. Or there's like audiobooks on YouTube which are pretty good as well. So another thing I want to say is that like you need to learn body language, and I have a 23-minute video analyzing all types of body language, like even like what their foot position, if they're like facing toward you or like away you, like what that means. Like if you want to learn that, I'll put like a card like right now in the video. You can watch it after this video is done. So chapter 6, the final chapter, is building your shadow garden. Start small, but by forming a network of acquaintances across different circles and engage with them in a way that feels valued and heard. So like you can't just be like mysterious and NPC to everyone. You need to like build a fraternity or a group. Slowly start connecting the dots between different people and information, and be the person they come for advice or information, but always stay one step removed from any direct involvement. So you guys don't want to be alone the entire time, as you know that like being in a team is more easier to win. So for example, I have my 1-year white room program and my private community where we all are like basically the shadow garden and we all become stronger together. So yeah, and that's all for today's video. So peace on the street. And I also have another video, like as you guys know, I've been just talking about the shadow element and how to be him without anyone knowing, but I actually have a separate video on how to be him that I posted like a while ago. So I'll put another card for that video as well. So if you actually want to learn how to train while being in school, like I provided like a lot of secret like techniques that you can watch and shit. So if you're interested in that, click on that video right now. So yeah, peace on the street.